Hi Satvika.
Hi Nandini.
And I'm Shrimay. I'm here to create awareness about waste generation and management. So, waste. What is waste? Waste is unwanted or useless material which is thrown away. Waste are mainly divided into three: liquid waste, gaseous waste, and solid waste. Waste is broadly divided into biodegradable waste, non-biodegradable waste, toxic waste, non-toxic waste, and biomedical waste. Biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste is a waste which can be broken down into smaller pieces and can be used further. Non-biodegradable waste, they cannot be broken down and can't be used further. Toxic waste are hazardous waste and hazardous waste or radioactive waste. Now, biomedical waste. Such examples are syringes, gloves, useless gloves thrown away, etc. Now, indiscriminate disposal of waste has become a major concern in our country. This leads to spoilage of landscape. Spoilage of landscapes refers to the heaps of garbage, rubbish, etc. which is left uncovered and untreated. Now, this mainly happens because of pollution. Pollution is harmful. Pollution is something when something is added to environment that is harmful or poisonous to living things. Smoke or dust in the air is a type of pollution as it is bad for lungs when we breathe in. Sewage in drinking water, etc. is another type of pollution as it can make people ill because it contains germs and viruses, etc. Types of pollution: air pollution, water pollution, oil spills, etc. Now, air pollution is the addition of harmful chemical substances to air. Here are some ways from which air pollution occurs. Air pollution is caused by poisonous gases, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, and very small particulates. It is also caused by the smoke and harmful gases released by fires that make vehicles and factories go. Use of coal, wood, and kerosene as fuels for fire. Fire also causes air pollution. Air pollution may cause breathing problems such as asthma or other health problems. It may also cause diseases like cancer. Air pollution. Water pollution. Water pollution is the addition of harmful substances to the water. Now, water pollution is the presence of harmful material in water such as sewage, dissolved metal waste from farms, factories, and crude oil spilled from oil tanks, etc. The three main substances pollute water are nitrates from fertilizers, sewage, and detergents. Activities such as bathing and washing of clothes near the lakes, ponds, or rivers add nutrients like nitrate and phosphate into water bodies. This leads to the excessive growth of algae on the surface water. It blocks penetration of sunlight and air, thus reducing oxygen. Effects of water pollution. Death of marine life, etc. Soil pollution. Soil pollution is also known as land pollution. Soil pollution is mainly caused when man-made chemicals such as hydrocarbons, heavy metals, solvents get into the soil. These chemicals come from industrial activities and from waste disposal in leaky landfills. Soil pollution may cause health risks. The chemical can produce harmful vapors, or they can contaminate water. Supplies underneath the water. Soil pollution. Causes of soil pollution. Mainly caused due to industrial waste, bad soil management, fuel leakage, effects are decrease in soil fertility, soil erosion, toxic dust, etc. So Sadvika will come and explain the next part.
So now Shreya said the type, what is waste. So there's some point where this waste comes from. So there are sources of waste, and even this waste can be classified into different types, like the types of waste. So I'm going to tell you all about what is waste, like the sources of waste and types of waste. So the sources of waste. Municipal source. So this municipal source is from commercial source, which even comes from your houses, your schools, offices, etc. So this municipal kind of source includes your plastic water bottles, broken furniture, grass clippings, and the product packaging, broken home appliances, and the clothing. So this picture is of the municipal source, which includes waste from your houses, offices, and schools. So medical or clinical type of source. So this can even be called as biomedical source. So biomedical source comes from your hospitals and the clinical source. So this includes the pharmaceutical waste, the pathological waste, pressurized containers, the sharps like blades, and radioactive waste, chemical waste, and the genotoxic waste. So this can be like needles, syringes, the blood packets, etc. So this is a picture of the medical source of waste. So it includes syringes and etc. So next is your agricultural type of source. Agricultural type of source is from your agricultural lands, like the pesticides containers, the corn husks, and your warmers, etc. So pesticides is a type of agricultural type of source. So next is your automobile sources. Automobile sources is from your vehicles, like the old vehicles, the steel body parts and everything thrown away comes under your automobile sources of waste. So automobile sources of waste can be recycled, some cannot be recycled. So the last bits that your iron and everything can be recycled and can be used again, or else it is being sent to the landfills for decomposition. So types of non-source, this type automobile source is the non-point source of pollution. So this non-point source of pollution includes automobile waste such as a combusted motor oil, tire rubber, brake pad dust, coolants, etc. So this is a type like where recycling of the old used cars. So this is your industrial source. Industrial source of waste is from your industries. Which can even cause water pollution. So this industrial type of source includes the metal products, it can even come from glass industries, leather industries, textile industries, and the electronics. So next is the construction or demolition type of source. So this source comes from the construction sites or the old buildings getting demolished. So this includes the concrete, debris, wood, used package boxes and plastics from the building materials. So this is the demolition source. Next is the electronic waste or the e-waste, which is most popular in your metropolitan cities. So this includes your TVs, music players, DVDs, telephones, computers, vacuum cleaners, all electronic items available. So this some of these e-waste contains lead, which can be harmful for which can be cause abdominal pain. Next, mercury, which causes nervous or digestive and immune infections. Cadmium is the flu-like symptoms it shows. And next, the brominated flame retardants. It damages your DNA, and these are harmful to humans as well as the environment. So it's a type of your e-waste. sources of waste, like the highest percentage is for your paper and papers. So it is 28.5% which comes from the papers. So this can come under the municipal source. Next. The types of waste. So the solid type of waste. Solid type of waste is something non-liquid type. So this includes your broken furniture, newspapers, glass pieces, aluminium cans and etc. So the plastic bottles, aluminium cans, glass bottles and jars, steel and tin cans, your cardboard boxes are also come under solid waste. So this is the statistic of the government which is given order for the solid waste. Next, your liquid waste. Your liquid waste is a non-solid type of form, and this can be even converted into solid type, and solid can be even converted into liquid type of waste. So this includes the waste from your houses, liquids for use for cleaning in industries, and the washing detergents. So next, your hazardous type of waste or the toxic waste. So this hazardous type of waste can be reactive, inflammable, corrosive, and toxic, which is very harmful to the humans. So this can include your fire extinguishers, old propane gas, pesticides, mercury containing equipments like your thermostats. So the solid waste is into non-hazardous waste and hazardous type of waste. So non-hazardous gets into municipal solid waste and the industrial waste. Even your agriculture waste comes under non-hazardous type, but hazardous type is your household waste and industrial, which is listed universal and the mixed one. And this is a hazardous type of waste like your batteries, your mobile phones, TVs, etc. Next is your organic type of waste, which comes from your agricultural lands. The agricultural waste can be also known as organic type of waste. So this organic type of waste can be is biodegradable and it can be decomposed and used as manure in your lands. So next is your recyclable type of waste. So recyclable type of waste includes your glass, aluminium cans, newspapers, envelopes, magazines, etc. So something which can be degraded and be used for the further use, which is already thrown away, which can be used for further use, is known as recyclable waste. So this is your recycled waste. The plastic, the recycled from the plastic can be bottles, tubs, jugs and jars. The trash is under the cellophane, packaging, utensils, etc. So next under different you have paper, the recycled one can be of flyers, literature, egg cartons, etc. So under different you have trash as well as recyclable. Some things can be recyclable, some other things can be recyclable, they can all be different.
How many phones have you owned? Every year, the world produces 1.4 billion new phones. Stacked up, they reach well past the International Space Station. Here's the thing, those billion new phones will be old phones in 2 years. So what will happen to them? Now look at your phone. Actually, look inside your phone. It's not just glass, plastic, and metal. It's a huge threat to people and the environment. It's e-waste, the vast global stream of old TVs, computers, tablets, and phones. It's the fastest growing source of waste on the planet. The biggest source of toxic metals in landfills in the US is the largest producer. In half of all US states, you can just dump e-waste in a landfill. There are no federal laws to regulate what happens to it. Some of it gets shipped to other countries with fewer health and safety laws, posing a risk to the people who recycle it and the air and water around it. Now look at your phone. How long until it's just e-waste?
So now Nandini would like to take it on with the topic of waste accumulation and its impact.
waste in major cities is becoming the major concern topic of our country. So what are the causes of the waste accumulation? What is waste accumulation? A large piles of garbage getting accumulated at a place is known as waste accumulation. And the increasing population in the urban cities, they are facing the problem of lack of place for the garbage accumulation. So everything has its effects, right? So the effects of this waste accumulation is spoilage of landscapes and pollution. So since childhood we have learned what is pollution. It is the introduction of foreign particles into the land, water and soil, which causes many hazards. There are three major types of pollution: air pollution, water pollution and soil pollution. So what is air pollution? Introduction of chemical particulates into the atmosphere causes air pollution. The major pollutants of air are ash from the volcanic eruptions, sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide released from vehicles and industries. Air pollution causes many hazards like global warming, acid rain, smog, ozone depletion and etc. So first let us talk about the acid rain. Harmful pollutants like sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide released from the cars, bikes and etc. Into the air, which react with the moisture and form sulfuric and nitric acid, which results in the form of acid rain or acid snow. It causes a lot of harm to the forest, animals and we human beings too. So here's the cycle.